Kitchen podcast. We got a great segment for you. It's called The Athlete and the Chef. So sit back, relax, and let's go. All right. Welcome back to the Max Effort Kitchen podcast. This is The Athlete and the Chef. We are into August officially. Cornell, how you doing today?
This is my new setup.
I like it. I was going to say, dude,
don't know how to
sounds great.
I also don't know how to spell followers.
well, it is what it is.
My buddy Justin at the gym, he doesn't have Instagram or Facebook or anything. So whenever he walks up to someone's phone, he'll be like, "Hello, followers."
Hello, followers. Yeah, I don't spell well either, and so don't even. You'll never get a judgment from me on that one. I'm constantly misspelling things. Hey, we took a nice little summer break, and now we're back. Here's what my thought on this. If you need to hear us every day or every week, maybe we don't have to do that good of a podcast. I don't know. It's like that idea that like when you get it, it's great, and like it makes it last, over time, and you're like, oh, I kind of miss those guys, and then we come back. So it's fun. It's quality over quantity, friends.
Yeah. Also, we listened to a podcast. I don't know if we're as up to date on all of them as we're not all necessarily synced up.
Right.
But one of the ones that I was listening to, the guy was saying that like there's people who do a podcast and there's podcasters.
Yep.
And this guy does a really good podcast. And he said, I will no longer listen to podcasters. I just listen to people who have a podcast because they're more real. They have lives. This is not necessarily how they're making their money.
Right.
And they're not selling you something the whole time. It's more just like, this is real life.
Yeah. And, I think the beautiful thing about what we plus a handful of other people do is you just talk exactly what you just said. You talk about real life. That's all we're talking about. It's like the stuff we do in real life. It's like sometimes it's entertaining, sometimes it's not. But hey, it's for me. I really enjoy it. I know you do. I was going to say we're well past 200 episodes. I stopped counting a while ago. I used to do this thing where I was like, we're at 50, like big, like confetti. But I'm like, no, at this point, it's just a part of life and a ritual. And it's a nice way to connect to people, to you, so I enjoy it. Hey, I know you've been like moving or anything, but have you eaten anything good, like notable lately?
So I got a couple things going on right now.
Oh, I like it.
So I made weight the other day, 94.0.
Hell yeah.
I now have to make weight again because I'm like, it's okay now. Now I can eat a little bit more. Now I know how to play with it.
Yeah, I like it.
I ate a lot. I ate a lot today, but
yeah.
I did not make this, but let me just start with this because this is one of my favorite new things. So one of the guys I work with named Eli, he is from He's a Mexican dude.
Okay, cool.
But he knows where all the good Mexican food is. I'm like, how do I say this politely?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even care. So there's this place that I now live. It's funny because where I lived, I'm only living 2 or 3 miles, about less than 3 miles away from where I lived. But I'm 2 miles inland. And it's like now all of a sudden, when you live in a place, you're like, I go 2 miles that way, I go 2 miles that way, and I go to the gym.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my new 2 miles is like, oh, there's all these new restaurants over here.
I love it.
So there's this thing called it turns out it's not an actual, it's just what this place calls it, a Cuban torta.
Oh, a torta. Yeah.
And it's got like 5 different types of meat in it, including a sliced up hot dog. And first it's got like jalapenos, sliced up hot dog, and a whole bunch of other meats, and then this like block of cheese, and it is amazing. And we went there and I got that today, and it was like, this is my new spot. This is where I'm gonna go when I don't have to make weight. But yesterday I went real heavy, and I was like, I need to just eat a lot today to recover. So
yeah, I'm the opposite. Sitting at 100 kilos. I've sat at 100 kilos for the past 3 weeks. I mean, I get up and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but anyways, I want to put on a little bit of weight. I want to just, I told Alana this morning, I was like, I want to eat. I need to eat. So, I have been increasing my consumption, and let's see what happens after this week. And dude, first of all, let me back up. I can't just blow over this. You're 94 kilos.
Yeah.
When I met you, I think you were like 107.
Yeah.
So I look forward to a month from now when I get to see you and see the like sculpted like Greek god you are right now. But and I mean that in the most platonic way. So tell me, what do you think is what's the best part about it?
I feel so much better.
Yeah.
It's easier to breathe. It's easier to live. Like we had a dog thing happen the other day, and I had to run like a quarter mile, and I didn't even I was on the phone and I was running, and I ran a quarter mile, and I'm like, when I stopped and thought about it, I'm like, I couldn't have done that like 25 pounds ago. Like I would have had to take I would have jumped in the car.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
There's a lot of that kind of stuff that it's just like, oh, this is actually this is really nice. I mean, I don't like not getting to eat everything that I was getting to eat before, but yeah, I mean, there's definite pros and there's some cons. The biggest thing that I did notice the other day, we didn't have any I could tell that my son, he just had like a really bad sunburn, and he was in his pajamas all day. He's like, I can't wear a shirt. And I was like, he just got his permit, and I was like, you want to go get milkshakes?
Nice.
And it's like 9:00 at night, and he's like, yeah. And then he tried to put a shirt on, and he was like almost in tears. I'm like, I'll just go get him. So there's a Jack in the Box right by my house. So I went through there, and it's funny. I'm seeing how people get so overweight, because I went there to go get a milkshake, and then I see that they have 2 tacos for $1.79. I'm like, oh, that's not bad, but I don't need tacos. And it's like, oh, 12 mini tacos for $3.99. And it's like, and you see the little thing, it's like, that's 1,200 calories. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, that I totally a couple years ago would have gone and gotten a milkshake. Oh yeah, those tacos look good. And then just accidentally eaten 1,200 calories on top of the 900 from the milkshake.
I like how you slipped in accidentally, because oh boy, man, I see. And I'm with you on that, because you're like, yeah, I'll be like, I got takeout tonight. And then I'm like, I'll go pick it up, which usually Alana picks it up. But when I go pick it up, I'm like, yeah, I'll grab something on the way.
Yeah.
We have a mutual friend who used to be notorious for stopping at fast foods before he went home or came to training.
Yeah.
And that was always and hollow leg, let's just put it that way. But I don't even know where they put the weight, but it was great. But now let me ask you this. Now, that is it, the urge still there, or do you have the appetite, or is the appetite not there?
I could definitely, I have the appetite to eat, but I don't have the capacity to eat.
Yeah.
So
okay. I see what you're saying.
I'm not on any of those drugs that make you feel sick or shrink your stomach or anything. It's just a couple months ago, my wife and I went out to a barbecue place, and I didn't finish my food. I brought it home, and she was just like, "What?
Who are you?"
So,
yeah, that's, well, I mean, I've heard forever and ever and ever, like, oh, when you lose weight or when you drop weight, your stomach shrinks and all this stuff. And maybe that's true. And it sounds like, obviously something worked, and congratulations on that. That's all I can say, because like it sound on paper and it just sounds daunting. Like it's like one of those things that like, holy crap. That's a lot.
When I saw the 98, I was like, all right, I can make this happen. Like I can get to 92 normally in 3 to 4 weeks from like 105. I can get to 102 from 105 in like 3 to 4 weeks without really changing anything.
Yeah.
Like not feeling it at all. So I'm like, all right, learn to live at 102, then give myself 4 to 5 weeks to get to 98. That should be doable. And then when they changed it to freaking 94, I was like, oh my gosh. And at that point, I was already like a little under 98. And I'm like, what's 3.5 more kilos?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, you did it fairly quick, and what we're 5 weeks out ish. And dude, that's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible, So I look forward to obviously catching up when we get into Vegas and all that stuff. But right now, like you had brought something up. I think it was 2 weeks ago, about the different stages of training, and I really took some time to think about it, and I put down like the very technical stages.
okay.
And so what I got on paper here is I got, there's the peaking stage, there's the taper, there's the hypertrophy, there's the for fun stage, and then there's the post comp. To me, I don't know if there's any other stages. What do you think? I mean, do you think there's more than that? Really? I think it's too much.
I think that's pretty good, but
yeah,
the one thing I don't even remember. I remember having this conversation a little bit, but I don't really remember any of it. So this is great.
It'll be good. So,
yeah. One of the things that I did talk about with you guys on the polo was a different stage that's on there. It's the I'm done competing stage.
And
then it's like, it kind of opens up to a whole lot of other things. Cause it's like, I'm probably going to be pretty close to being done really pushing the numbers that I'm pushing.
Yeah.
I'm not, or at least with intent for competing and trying to, I still have numbers I'd like to hit, but it's not like I can give up on that competition dream or desire and just chase certain numbers and just be like, I just want to get jacked up on a whole bunch of drugs and hit some big numbers or something. Like you're not supposed to do that till after you're done competing. And like,
right.
I'm not saying I want to go on a bunch of drugs, but maybe a few drugs would be kind of cool.
Right.
And just kind of see what happens. So I want to be careful about it. I think I'm pretty good about weighing the pros and cons to things. I've thankfully been doing this long enough that I think I can see if it's going down a bad rabbit hole. Like one of the things that a former teammate told me like 10 years ago is like, oftentimes people get injured because they go on steroids and then they get really strong, but their tendons and ligaments can't handle it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, don't be stupid about it. But then I have other friends who have gone on TRT who are like, I just don't have to work out as hard and I can maintain.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's a real good thing too. Cause if I can cut my training back to 3 hours a week and try to maintain as much as possible. Like if I can maintain 20-40 for a long time, I'm not going to be complaining. Especially if I'm only doing 2 to 3 hours a week of work.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, it takes a lot more it takes more to gain the muscle than to lose it. But I think at this stage in life, people in our age group, in our range that have been doing it like the amount of time, it's hard to lose it. There's always going to be that muscle memory there. And so I think that I would imagine you're going to be pretty strong for a long time, regardless of what you do. But and I'll use Donald as a as an example, he's 48.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. And he's hitting the biggest numbers of his life right now. Like,
Yeah.
he's never hit these numbers. And so, and that's a cool thing to see. But what I think, obviously not for you, but for me, like, I don't know, dude. I love the competition.
Mhm.
And I think that, I think I would have a very hard time stopping. Now, can I take a really long break? Yes. But you've been doing this a little bit longer than I have. So I think that I feel in my brain and my heart that, like, I got more out there. I got more to accomplish. What that looks like, who knows? And that's kind of why I put the for fun page. So, for fun part of this,
Mhm.
I wrote my own little definitions. So,
Nice. Yeah.
for the peak, I
Sure.
didn't want to say, the overused climbing the mountain. So I wrote a series of gradual increases that the series of gradual increases that increase in intensity over a period of time. I don't know what I wrote down. Sorry, can't read. The taper is locking it in. Hypertrophy, getting strong. For fun, maxing out every day. And then post comp is nothing. like, don't do anything. If you're lifting for fun, you can do it whatever you want. Like, max out whenever the fuck you want. Like, that's it. Bottom line. Like, do it. But if you're competing, that's a really dumb move, in my opinion. That's part of the, like, debate I have in my head to what you were saying. And that's why I brought that up, is like, when you say, okay, I'm going to hang up the competition shoes, right? But I'm still going to lift. I'm still going to have fun. Like, that road, it sounds fun. It just sounds like, let's travel, let's go lift with people, let's, do things. But and let me ask you this: have you thought about the part of, like, how to stay engaged?
There's a lot of just thoughts that have been running through my head for this move coming up.
Yeah.
Like the move 2.0.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to have, I'll have some people to lift with, but it's not going to be people that I have been lifting with for a long time. And I don't, we're probably using different bars because I like the 20 kilo bar, and I don't believe there's anyone else where I'm going that uses a 20 kilo bar.
That might
So it'll be a little different.
It might be a challenge.
But I don't think I'll have the problem not being engaged unless I can find unless, let's just say that there's like a total something new that pops into my hobby sphere that I'm like, I think I don't want to do this anymore. But, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to martial arts. I'm not going to BJJ.
Yeah.
Like, I already know that. So
Yeah.
I don't know what else realistically could be out there, but like, I don't really know, but I'm not saying I'm not going to. I'm not saying I'm going to, but I think that I'm going to be in the sport for a long time because I don't want to go just to the Globo gym and just bodybuild. I have been enjoying doing the bodybuilding, but it's like, all right, that's that last like 10, 15 minutes where you just go and I do the same movements all the time, and I'm sure that I'm supposed to be breaking them up, but it's like I have this routine and I do it 4 days a week, and I just do it. And I've seen a lot of change happening in like 6 weeks. But if that's all it was, I couldn't do it. So yeah, I'm not running, Damon. I'm not running. I made the sink.
You like how I put that on the screen for you?
Yeah.
So I did a triathlon when I was younger, and that kicked my butt. And I was like 22. So, and it was the easiest one you could do. So it was like, I don't know what they call that, but yeah.
How long, Damon, put down how long the swim is, the run, and the bike ride.
There you go.
And I'm not saying I would, because I know I'm not doing a full one, but I know that like the miniature, like the short ones, I bet I could, if I could figure out the running, I know I could swim the distance because I've always actually been a good swimmer.
Yeah.
like at 8 years old in Oceanside, there's a pier, and it's like 3/4 of a mile to swim around. And like,
Yeah.
I swam around it at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 years old.
Yeah.
So, and I was on the swim team for a little while. I was on a college diving team for a half a semester.
Nice.
Not that that's swimming, but I got used to Speedo.
Yeah. I gotta be honest. The Speedo is something. And, I've swam with one on before, and once you get past the little vulnerability part, then it's actually better to swim in. All right, so Damon says 800 meter swim,
so half mile. Okay, yeah. I could. I mean, I've also surfed the majority of my adult life, and then I wakeboarded before that and water skied since I was like 5. That's another reason why I'm like very comfortable in the water.
You could power walk that run, dude. 3 miles, like you could easily. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if I would hit the time frame, but I could.
No,
I could do.
I don't think you would.
I think I could pull that off. Be like, hey, Damon, let's get together on this date and just go have instead of having a camp, let's go do a miniature sprint. Yeah, like, I could probably do that, but I'm not saying that I would necessarily want to.
Yeah, it's an interesting challenge. I said, I did it when I was younger. I had no understanding of what it was. I just had somebody who was like, hey, you should do this. I see you training all the time for nothing. And so I did it. And it was fun, but I'll never do one again. And then, dude, I'm so back and forth on running. I would love to be able to run, but then again, I wouldn't. I'm glad that I don't.
I see like Zach Tallender running, and I'm like, oh, that looks so like it would be so good, and like I could, like, he just looks in the zone, and then I'm like, someone's filming this, someone's like riding a bike ahead of him, and
I thought the same thing.
And I'm like, it looks really cool, but I'm like, oh, all of a sudden now he's a podcaster. He's not doing a podcast.
He's not doing a podcast. Well, it's funny because like he was doing this one where I think the same one you're talking about, but he's running, and I'm like, wait a minute, somebody on the back of a car? How is this being filmed? Like,
yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's social media for you. But there's a ton of things out there, dude. Like, their sports are endless. But there's nothing like this sport. And that's something that, like, there was a hot second there that I had a year or two where I was like, I'm a weightlifter. That's my identity. But as I've grown and slightly matured in the sport, I've understood that, like, no, that's not my identity. I compete in weightlifting and I freaking love it. But if I were to ever quit, that doesn't mean I'm like any less of a person, or I'm any less of an athlete, or I'm all of a sudden weak and feeble. It's like, it's not a real thing, because there's a lot of things out there you can do. I recently started, just swimming laps on recovery days. I really enjoy that. Do I want to do that in a competition level? Probably not. But it is like therapeutic for me. I look forward, and this is fucking so stupid. I look forward to getting old and doing sports. Like that's a lifelong goal. I don't care what I'm doing, as long as I am doing something into my 70s that is somewhat sport related. I don't know. Yeah.
I think that's definitely a goal, is just to make it into the 70s. Like,
good point.
not just making it. Like, if you've made it, okay, that's a win. Yeah. If you made it and you're still doing sports, that's another win.
Yeah.
And I think that's also part of what I'm kind of looking at this weight class change as, is like, I just keep hearing things like the big muscly guys don't live that long. And I'm not saying that they don't live, but it's like, you look at some of the big, huge guys, and it's like their organs are working really hard. So if I can be 215, 220, not 245, that's going to be quite a bit of difference.
Yeah. So, yeah. And you make a good point. It's like longevity in life. and what we're doing to make that better. And I think about that a lot. And in fact, the conversation that I referred to earlier with Alana, like I was like, because she goes, well, what are you going to do? Because I told her, I was telling her about, the conversation we were having. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to make that decision now. But like, it would be really nice to not hurt to walk up the stairs every single day.
Sure.
Like my knees, the patellas, like I would really like it if they didn't hurt all the time.
Mhm.
Okay. A little embarrassing, and I haven't really told anybody this yet, but are you familiar with the AC Slater?
Yeah.
You know who AC Slater is, right?
From Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. You know how in Saved by the Bell, he does this thing. Okay. He does this thing with his chair. He always sits on it backwards.
Yep.
You see him flip it around, sitting on backwards. So I got a life hack. When your knees hurt and your hips hurt, go pee and do the AC Slater, sit on it backwards, because you get up just like that. And you're like,
right off.
You push right off. And it's like, there's no pain. When I do it if I sit down to pee, which I do sometimes, I get up, I'm like this, and I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and I like push up. It's bad sometimes.
No, I'm too lazy to stand. I sit down and pee all the time. Like, I mean, if I'm at a public place, I'm going to stand up. But if I'm at home, I'm just going to sit down. I'm just going to take a minute.
I agree.
I don't care.
I don't care.
But that is one of the funny parts is the house that we live in right now. The master bathroom toilet is one of those old school, super low ones where you don't even need a squatty potty.
Yep.
But then when I'm like down there, I'm like, I got to get up real high. Well, you go to sit down, you're like, I'm still falling down.
Yeah, dude, that's the same way as ours is. To the master bathroom, it's so low, dude. I'm like, I hate this toilet.
Yeah. Well, toilets are like $150 and they only take like 20 minutes to change out. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've changed plenty out. So but the one downstairs is like somebody must have been really tall, or it's a high pedestal one. I'm like, this one's golden, so I'm good with that. But yeah, dude, like the longevity of this of our life versus the sports we do. Maybe weightlifting isn't like the one we want to be doing in our later age, and I don't know. Like, I definitely want to be a part of the sport. I think, and there's a lot of things with this sport that I still don't even know about. And so that's, I think, where my head is at, is like, this is my first world. This is your second. And I completely understand like where your mind frame is, and like your mindset is in this way of like, okay, what's next? I think that you've built such a solid foundation of what you do. It would probably be pretty hard for you to get completely out, like you said earlier. But you're also going to be living in the near the West Kits gym, so it's always that.
Speaking of that, he's coming to our gym this coming weekend.
I know. I saw that.
It was very last minute. Like,
really?
We found out like 4 days ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I had a couple of people like, why is this getting released right now? I'm like, well, because it wasn't going to be released. We didn't know about it 5 days ago.
Yeah, right. Because we just found out. He was just up at Brett's gym too. Did you see that?
I mean, he's been everywhere.
Yeah. He's doing his thing.
I didn't know this, but like when I talked to Stephanie about it, I was like, oh yeah, I'll go. And then they released it and it's 3 days.
Holy crap.
And it's like 5 till 7 on Friday, then like 5 or 6 hours on Saturday and a little bit on Sunday.
Nice.
I'm like, okay.
That'll be awesome. That'll be fun. Like, I mean, just being like listening. I don't think I've listened to a couple podcasts that he did back in Cal Strength, but outside of that, I don't think I've heard him really with much. I follow him on Instagram, but I don't see much of his stuff. So,
yeah.
So, kind of back to the stages of training. Like, what do you think? I think there's an easy answer to this, but in your opinion, like what's the worst stage?
The
and how to get through it.
The worst stage is the strength stage.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because that is the stage that you are going through for as long as, depending on how your relationship is with your programmer / coach.
I like how you put that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not watching all your lifts. They're your programmer.
Yeah.
If you don't have a competition or a reason to peak, then there's no point in going heavy in the main lifts. So it's, let's get you strong, but then it's also like, that sucks to do for long periods of time.
Yep.
And then you start feeling like death, and then you just start hurting all the time. And then you start getting heavy because you have to eat just to maintain with the volume. And that's my least favorite. I do, we've talked about this. I do generally 3-week blocks of strength.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I found for me, if I do 4 weeks, I get hurt. And then it's like 2 weeks off, and then I'm in worse shape than I was before I overuse injury. So that's my least favorite. But how about you?
I would probably say, my least favorite is going to. I'm going to agree with you on the getting stronger part, but there's also the post comp. Now you think, like, I think about it in a stage right now, like, I'm like, God, I can't wait till after that comp. But my brain is so wired so weirdly that, like, I want to get back into it. And then I start missing it. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And then I start, like, getting all these, like, plans in my head, and but, like, to be able to sit my ass down and not lift for a good solid week. Like, I've had to go on vacation to do this once, and I still found myself lifting with the geriatrics and the fun in the weird gym that they had at the resort. It's like, I personally have a hard time, and Cornell, you may or may not know this about me, but, like, I have a hard time sitting still. Mm-hmm. That's why I do things like the podcast, like coaching, like extracurricular, like food events, like working, probably more than I should, and, family life and kids and blah, blah, blah. The silence to me is hard. And that is just a thing that, like, once I can get my ass to sit down and not do anything and just relax, it's great. But getting to that point is really hard for me. And so, like, I've always been the guy that's like, put your head down and work. Like, yeah, cool. But I'm going to bitch about it too at the time I'm doing it. But at the same point, I'm getting, like, these endorphins. It's when I'm not doing anything that's really the hardest for me.
Yeah, I will back up that probably one of the hardest times was after Worlds and just trying to figure out what's next.
Yeah.
And, like, there's nothing higher than this. Like, I just won the biggest competition that in masters weightlifting that you can win.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I don't need that 3-time, 4-time, 5-time winner. Like, I'm literally doing this competition because it's a 4-hour drive away. Yeah. And it gave me something to do.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I mean, it's close and it's convenient. And it's funny because Maddie goes, the other day, she goes, Dad, do you think you're going to make the Olympics? And literally synchronized, both Alana and I, like, cackled, laughed. Like, no, this is it, as far as high as a competition as I can go. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. But like, there's not much higher in a competition you can do. And like last time like you said, you won it, then that's tough. That's a tough mental, like, mind fuck right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So, and you got that coming up again.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm in a definite better mental headspace now than I am than I was then, because also we had a coach that I needed to get out of that. That was a very toxic situation as well. And how many mind games he played with us and all those kinds of things. And that was one of those, like, I told him 3 months before that I'm staying with the team till Worlds. but I don't know what's happening after that.
Yeah.
So he did know that once Worlds was over, that we are going to have a conversation, and it was a couple, probably 2 weeks later, and then it just kind of sucks because it's like I thought I was friends with a lot of these people, and it was like, you're off the team, you're not a friend anymore. I'm like, I just committed 4 years of my life to you guys.
Yeah, dude. I mean, multiple times. We don't need to completely go down this road, but yeah, you did.
Yeah. And then about a month and a half, 2 months after I left them, I was like, you know what? Screw this. Let's do a real big total now. Let's do a real program with a real coach who's watching 3/4 of my sessions and programming with me, not for me. And that was the peak meat of my life after that.
Yeah. So, I want to back up a little bit because I really liked what you said about the remote coaching. I like that you like that label, the programmer, like that's what it is, because coaching is in real life and in person type stuff. So I just wanted to point that out, that's a really good way to decipher it, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, yeah, if you're an online coach, you're not a coach at all. And then there's people like, yeah, I'm making a living being an online coach. And oh boy, I to completely throw ball this whole conversation, I want social media to die. Like, I just want it to be gone. And then like watch the mayhem of like people not knowing what to do with themselves because they don't know what's going on in people's lives because they don't know how to pick up a phone or whatever. But sorry, I don't know where that came from. I just had to say
from the heart. I think it's good. From the heart because we're doing a podcast.
Yes, yeah, we're doing a podcast. Hey, this is a little different social media, and I guess I do post it sometimes on there, but
no, but I mean, we're not podcasters.
No, we're not podcasters. We are not. We are two dudes that just talk about fun things in our life. Like that's really it. And we have a handful of friends that listen, and that's a good thing.
No, one part that I think is for me mentally that's good about this next Worlds is it's like I'm going to do my best to win, but I don't need the win. I really want the win, but I don't feel that I need the win. And the last one, I felt that I needed the win. And
that makes sense.
Now it's like, I know who my competition is. I don't know if he's holding back videos of posting some stuff. He probably doesn't know if I'm holding back videos of posting stuff. I feel like when you're getting this close to competition, you just stop caring so much about posting the videos, because when you don't have anything going on, then it's like, oh yeah, I got 20 minutes to make this reel and put music to it and make all the beats drop at the right point. And then, but when you're actually lifting hard and you've got a goal, it's like, you're not necessarily meaning to disappear, but you kind of disappear.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Like, I've posted twice, 2 different times on lifting in the past 2 weeks. And that's because Joe was like, hey, I need you to post some videos. And I'm like, God damn it, Joe. But I also, I agree with that. Like, you'll see, I get to a point where I'm just like, shut everything down. I'm lifting, I'm doing stuff with my family. Everything else can just be quiet for a little bit. And sometimes I think I do it to a point where it's a little bit, I don't want to say toxic, but it's to the point where I go inward completely and I shut people out. And I know that I've had people tell me like, man, that really sucked. You just basically told me to fuck off. And I'm like, sorry about that. I don't know what to tell you. But it's true. And I don't think that it's, there's good and bad ways to do it. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just looked at my posts and I posted June 11th. Some like, let me, I don't even know what this is. Hang snatch.
All right.
I did a
Cool.
hang snatch.
Yeah. Dang, mark that
115.
off. Check
And then
that
I
box.
get a 115 on July 14th. Looks like a double. Yep. And then a double at one. I don't even know what that is. There's a lot of random weights on the bar. I think it's 125. And then a clean jerk at 145. Like
Okay.
3 posts. Like I'm finding myself not even recording a lot. I'll just throw on for like the top set or something, because I do want to do a video later where it's like here's how my training looked leading up to Worlds, and I wish I could have hit those numbers in the competition, or totally smoked all those numbers that I was leading it to. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Overall, it's just a mentality that you individually have to get into to be able to do this type of stuff, or any sport, really. Like, I mean, we hear about, Damon stuff, I hear him talking about it, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine swimming for an hour. I like to swim 12 laps and I'm cool.
When he's like, I rode my bike for 3.5 hours in the garage, I'm like, oh dear God.
Oh dear God. Right. Like, and that's the thing, is like, you just have to go into this place, because it's like, from the outside, people just don't really like it. It seems daunting.
Yeah, well, that's why I was like asking him questions and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, this makes a lot more sense now. But if you just think about, like, if you didn't know his setup and you're just like riding a bike in a garage on a trainer for 3.5 hours, I'm like, shoot me now. But it's not that bad if you know how it actually works.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is like, because we're close to Damon, like, we know what he's going through. We know all that stuff. And, the training is training. If you're training for a competition, it's not going to be easy ever. And so it's just like, we get it, but yeah, it's like, it's daunting from the outside, and people look at you like you're kind of crazy. I'm okay with that, though. And that's why I kind of wish social media would go away. So, 42 minutes in, Cornell. This has been a good show. I'm glad to be back on the mic again. And yeah, dude, what else do you got? Anything?
I went to Costco today for the first time in who knows how long, because we were just eating away everything that we had at the old house, and then didn't have a reason to go to Costco and then my wife was like, I need to get out of the house. I'm like, let's go to Costco. And I know it sounds dumb, but cottage cheese at Costco is really cheap, and cottage cheese at the grocery store is not real cheap.
No, it is not. I didn't know that. At Costco?
I think I can't quite see. It's a tub about this big.
Okay.
Like, let's say half of a basketball.
Okay.
$4.99.
Tub.
$4.99.
What?
A tub.
Okay. I love cottage cheese.
A tub.
I love it.
Smaller than this at the grocery store is $6.99.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that I have learned to start eating a lot of.
Yeah,
so, like, I didn't grab one, I grabbed two.
Nice.
And next time I go to the business center, if they have a bigger one, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
So, like,
of course you will.
I'll go through this real quick because I know we're late on time, but whatever.
We're good.
I do probably 1.5 cups of cottage cheese in a bowl. Then I'll do a half a thing of raspberries, like a half a little box. I'll do a half a thing of blueberries. And then my new refrigerator at this old house is totally ghetto and old and broken.
Okay.
But I found that if I put the strawberries on the top shelf, it's right where it blows the cold air.
Freezes them a little bit?
No, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you can still just slice them up, but they're like frosted.
Oh, I love it.
So I'll take probably 4 or 5 strawberries. Then I put just a small handful of granola just for crunch. Okay. And then today I found the coconut. So I put a handful of coconut on it. And then I drizzle like a bunch of honey on it. And I'm like, it just keeps stepping up. Like that freezer shelf problem that is great.
Not a problem at all.
So
That's awesome.
I do that probably 5 to 7 times. No, 10 plus times a week.
Dude.
Like there'll be sometimes it's a breakfast and then it's dessert.
Yeah.
And then I also just got some of the dried peanut butter.
Okay. The fit peanut butter stuff.
Whatever Costco had.
Yeah.
It's just dried peanut butter because like 70 calories instead of like 280.
Yep.
And I was like, I'll switch up some of the stuff for this.
I mean, that stuff is fantastic for protein shakes, for anything. Like you want to get a peanut butter flavor in a baked good, use that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. Well, I got to say that is something that I love to do. Cottage cheese is fantastic. You can put anything in it. The fresh fruit, dude, and the honey. Like, come on, man. That's awesome. That's like the best breakfast. And
it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If I don't do the strawberries, which sometimes I don't have time to, it literally takes like less than a minute to throw it all together.
I love it.
So
I love it. And it's not nothing you need to pre-do. So yeah, it's all right there. That's perfect, dude. Well, thank you for giving me my breakfast for the next couple days.
You're welcome.
We'll be eating that. And I do have to give a shout out because I found out that my son's basketball coaches have been listening to our podcast.
Nice.
So what's up, Coach Daniel? Thanks for listening, man. He's like an old school coach. He's like that coach that puts the kids in line and gets them to do the things and then like tells the ones that are messing off, like, get out of my gym. I like this guy. He is solid. He's a great coach. So thanks for listening. Everybody else, always thank you for listening. Cornell, thank you for being here. That's all I got.
Cool.
All right. Adios.
Bye.